In the grand timeline of human civilization, the act of traveling has never been just about moving from point A to point B. Instead, it serves as a profound mirror reflecting the technological sophistication and the boundless ingenuity of the human mind at any given era. From the moment the first primitive wheel was carved out of stone to the awe-inspiring launch of modern spacecraft, humanity has been locked in a relentless pursuit of speed. We aren't just trying to get there, we're trying to get there faster, more efficiently, and with more style than the generation before us. In this high-stakes race for global connectivity, China is currently laying the groundwork for a revolution in rail travel that the world has quite literally never seen. While most of us are still getting used to the idea of high-speed rail, China, already a world leader with Maglev trains that cruise at a staggering 311 miles per hour, 501 kilometers per hour, is now aiming for the stars, or rather, the sound barrier. They are developing a supersonic train that promises to redefine the very concept of geography. Imagine a world where you can cover over 435 miles, 700 kilometers, in just 30 minutes. It sounds like a fever dream from a 1950s sci-fi novel, but in the sterile, high-tech laboratories of China, this vision is rapidly becoming a concrete metallic reality. According to reports from the South China Morning Post, scientists at the Institute of Electrical Engineering under the Chinese Academy of Sciences are the masterminds behind this ambitious project. The linchpin of this supersonic endeavor is a technology known as the electromagnetic sledge system. Conventional trains, no matter how sleek, are ultimately held back by two stubborn enemies, friction and air resistance. Once a train reaches a certain velocity, the energy required to push through the air becomes exponentially higher, making traditional rail travel inefficient at extreme speeds. However, the electromagnetic sledge system allows the train to float a few inches above the tracks, completely eliminating wheel-on-rail friction. In groundbreaking tests conducted in 2023, these scientists successfully propelled a 1-ton vehicle at speeds approaching Mach 1, the speed of sound. To put this in perspective, moving a heavy physical object at the speed of sound on the ground is a Herculean task that involves overcoming massive physical forces. This successful test hasn't just broken a record, it has provided a robust foundation for a future where supersonic travel on land is the new normal. However, as any physicist will tell you, the faster you go, the more the universe tries to stop you. When a vehicle approaches or exceeds the speed of sound, it encounters a phenomenon known as shock waves, intense pressure waves that build up in front of the moving object. In the open sky, supersonic jets can handle these waves, but for a train traveling through a narrow enclosed tube or a ground-level track, these shock waves can be catastrophic. They can cause the vehicle to lose stability, vibrate violently, or even careen out of control. To solve this high-stakes puzzle, Chinese researchers have come up with a brilliant, outside-the-box solution. Traditional sensors often fail at supersonic speeds because the environment becomes too chaotic for standard data collection. Instead, the scientists developed a system that listens to the minute fluctuations in the power supply. By analyzing the subtle ripples in the electromagnetic field, the system can calculate the train's speed and position with terrifying precision. This allows the train to make micro-adjustments in real time, effectively smoothing out the impact of shock waves and keeping the ride as steady as a luxury sedan on a freshly paved highway. To truly grasp the impact of this technology, we have to look at it through the lens of our daily lives and geographical distances. Let's consider a real-world scenario, traveling from a major tech hub like Hyderabad to a coastal city like Vishakhapatnam. Currently, this 385-mile journey takes a significant portion of your day, around 10 to 12 hours by traditional rail, or about 8 to 9 hours by road. Even if you fly, by the time you factor in the commute to the airport, the security lines, and the boarding process, you're looking at a 4-hour ordeal. Now, imagine doing that same trip in 28 minutes. You could finish a single episode of a sitcom and be stepping off the train in a completely different city. This isn't just a convenience, it's an economic game changer. It shrinks countries into neighborhoods. It allows for the rapid transport of high-value goods and creates a hyper-connected labor market where you could live in one city and work in another hundreds of miles away without a second thought.
This level of speed would essentially render domestic short-haul flights obsolete, providing a faster, cheaper, and far more comfortable alternative. Building a train that can hit Mach 1 is one thing, but making it safe enough for grandmas and toddlers to ride is an entirely different beast. The most pressing question keeping engineers up at night is what happens if the power goes out. At Mach 1, you can't just slam on the brakes. The friction would generate enough heat to melt the components, and the G-forces would be deadly for the passengers. To address this, researchers are currently refining electromagnetic braking systems that work in reverse, using the magnetic fields to gradually sap the train's kinetic energy without any physical contact. They're also experimenting with emergency air resistance flaps, similar to the spoilers on a high-performance supercar, to help slow the vehicle down in a controlled manner. Solving these safety glitches is the final frontier before this technology can be moved from the lab to the public sector. Once these hurdles are cleared, we will witness the opening of a brand new chapter in human history, one where the tyranny of distance is finally overthrown. The implications of China's experiments reach far beyond their own borders. If this technology is successfully commercialized, it will force a total redesign of the global transportation map. Travel on Earth will begin to feel more like space travel, fast, smooth, and breathtakingly efficient. We're already seeing global discussions around Hyperloop technology, popularized by figures like Elon Musk, but China is actually putting the physical runs on the board by achieving Mach 1 in practical tests. In the near future, the aviation industry might find itself in a fight for survival. Unlike planes, which are heavily dependent on weather conditions and expensive jet fuel, these supersonic trains run entirely on electricity. This makes them significantly more environmentally friendly and potentially much cheaper to operate in the long run. However, the infrastructure costs are undeniably massive. Constructing thousands of miles of vacuum-sealed tubes or specialized electromagnetic tracks requires an investment of trillions of dollars and years of complex engineering. This supersonic train journey is taking us into a brave new world. Technology should always serve to improve the human condition, and China's progress in this field is a testament to what is possible when a nation prioritizes scientific research. While it might feel like a fantasy right now, we must remember that the Maglev trains of yesterday are the reality of today, and the supersonic trains of today will be the routine commute of tomorrow. We are standing on the precipice of a travel revolution. We should look forward to a day where we can participate in this revolution ourselves, enjoying a world where safety and speed go hand in hand. This isn't just about moving people, it's about the democratization of time. When you save hours on a commute, you're essentially giving people more life to live, more time with their families, and more opportunities to innovate. The astounding amount of research and development pouring into these projects is sheerly astonishing. China's massive investments in science and technology are starting to yield fruits that were once thought impossible. There was a time when the word train conjured up images of coal engines and thick black smoke. Today, the word train is becoming synonymous with silent, lightning-fast travel. To achieve the necessary stability for such speeds, engineers are likely to integrate vacuum technology into the mix. By placing the train inside a tube where the air has been partially or fully removed, they can reduce air resistance to near zero. This allows the train to maintain incredible speeds with minimal energy consumption. These miracles require a constant stream of innovation in materials science, superconductors, and computer algorithms. This revolution is also changing the way we think. Distance will no longer be an obstacle. It will be a mere footnote in our travel plans. Furthermore, the industrial benefits of building these trains are immense. The demand for high-grade steel, advanced electronics, and specialized magnetic materials will provide a massive boost to the manufacturing sector. The rest of the world is watching China with a mix of awe and competitive anxiety. While companies like Virgin Hyperloop in the US have made strides, the state-backed nature of Chinese research allows them to move with a speed and scale that private companies often struggle to match. This isn't just about national pride, it's about who will define the future of global logistics. If we can adopt this technology in our own regions and connect our major cities, it would breathe a new life into our economies, turning regions into integrated powerhouses. For travelers who are currently exhausted by the grueling hours spent on bumpy roads or delayed trains, these supersonic options represent a beacon of hope. Every challenge encountered during this journey, from the sonic boom to power interruptions, is a lesson that makes the final product better. The milestone achieved by Chinese scientists will be remembered as a golden chapter in the history of transportation. The human quest for faster travel on Earth is an unending saga. On the day that the first supersonic train officially welcomes passengers, the world will likely stand still in amazement. We are waiting for that day with bated breath. Travel is no longer just about the destination. It is about to become an experience that defies our current understanding of physics. We should embrace this speed and enjoy the fruits of this technological labor. Ultimately, the supersonic